Hello everyone, in this session, we will introduce the advanced use of Roflow. Following the basic introduction to Roflow in the previous lesson, this section will explain the advanced features of Roflow, including project settings, library, service data, and variables. As shown in the figure, we will focus on introducing the 3 pages and the details of their functions on the right. First, let's discuss the library. The library is a storage space for various resources in Roflow. It consolidates both uploaded files and resources imported from other NUA tools, enabling the team to efficiently and systematically categorize and manage all resources. Resources can be reused across different projects, and sharing permissions can be set for individual resources. The library primarily includes the following categories: the media and tools, used for managing files such as images, videos, audio, actions, and NUA biz tools. The manage contacts, used for managing the Roflow personnel list. You can add and edit personnel information and train face data to enable the robot to provide more personalized services through face detection. The audio Q&A corpus, used for importing or exporting the expected response data for the audio Q&A module, facilitating efficient reuse across projects. The dialogue model, used for creating a model that allows ChatGPT to determine the intent of the interactors and guide them to the corresponding branches. The recognition model, used for managing the recognition training files in Google Teachable Machine. The recognition files primarily focus on image recognition other than faces. The MQTT server, used for managing the list of commonly used servers to facilitate quicker and easier setup of the MQTT module. The manage maps, used for importing map resources to set the project maps and allowing the robot to navigate. Next, let's discuss the project settings. After entering an individual project, you can find the corresponding tab in the left sidebar and click to enter. The project settings are divided into robot settings, idle settings, and advanced settings. First, in the robot settings, you can set the robot model, robot skin, and robot voice in order. The robot models include Kebi, Robot Creator DX, and Colobot. The first 2 can be interchanged, but cannot be changed to Colobot. The robot skin can be selected from built-in options or imported from the skin editor, and you can also set the default expressions. The robot voice includes 5 combinations of tone and speed, which can be previewed based on the robot's voice engine. Next, you can set the secret activation phrase, using specific voice commands to activate the project. For example, after setting the secret activation phrase, you just simply saying, "Start the restaurant performance" to the robot that will activate the project. Next, move on to idle settings. The idle settings means that when the robot is not running the process and is idle, it can turn on the carousel and let it automatically broadcast video or performance. The idle settings refer to enabling the slideshow when the robot is not executing a workflow and is idle, allowing it to automatically play audiovisual content or performances. In place of basic settings, you can set how long the robot will start the rotation when it is idle, and the processing method of the rotation interruption. That is, whether the robot immediately interrupts the carousel when the trigger condition set by the service process occurs. In the basic settings, you can configure how long the robot remains idle before starting the slideshow and how to handle interruptions to the slideshow. That is, whether the robot should immediately interrupt the slideshow when a service workflow trigger condition occurs. Then, in the part of the content management part of the carousel, you can set the playback order and carousel interval and design the playback list for different times. In slideshow content management, you can set the playback order and slideshow intervals and design playlists for different time periods. Finally, move to advanced settings. In the advanced settings, you can configure the suspend Roflow, service data, and variables. The suspension settings determine whether the robot can suspend Roflow midway. If you allow the process to be suspended, you can configure whether the robot should return to standby mode or proceed to a specified module after a suspension, and set the prompt text before the suspension. The service data and variables in advanced settings will be explained in the following sections. Next, let's move on to the service data. In the service data, you can view the project execution status and interaction behavior data of the robot up to the previous hour. It should be noted that the data will be automatically uploaded when the robot is connected to the internet. If not, the robot will store the data temporarily and upload it until the next time when it connected. Some indicators in the service data can have custom calculation rules set in the advanced settings of the project settings. First, enter the service data page, where you can see 11 different categories of service data. At the top of the page, there is a filter to select the desired time zone, time, and device. Click on Edit Settings in the upper right corner to enter the edit mode. You can freely drag and drop card positions and adjust the data collection period for individual cards. Click on the card to edit and view the details. If you click on Project Flow Interactivity, you can go to the Advanced Settings to customize the calculation rules for flows triggered by guests. In flows triggered by guests, you can specify the types of trigger conditions you want to calculate or exclude. In guest interactions, you can set effective interaction conditions to improve the accuracy of counting interactions. After that, return to the service data. You can also access the project advanced settings from the average interaction duration. Remember to click Save Settings in the upper right corner after editing. Meanwhile, you can see the information of collaborative editing in the upper right corner. Next, let's introduce the variables. You can think of variables as containers for storing data, but the data may change during program execution. So how do we use variables in Roflow? Continuing from the example in the basic tutorial, to make the robot remember the customer's order, we can use variables to collect the customer's order information. Then, in subsequent workflows, use this variable's information. Finally, by returning the variable results, you can view all the collected information in the backend. The operation process can be divided into 3 steps. Step 1, create custom variables. Step 2, add variables in modules for assignment or computation. Step 3, add the variable results upload module and set the timing and content for uploading the variable results. First, in the Create Variable section, you can select the data type and data source for the variable as needed. Next, add variable to a specific module, set the specified timing, and insert module variable. During execution, declare the variable by entering double braces to access the value provided by the module or custom variables for assignment or computation. Finally, edit data upload module and set the upload location, the variables to be uploaded, and the upload deadline within the module. Currently, the modules that support adding variables include the ones shown in the diagram. However, the modules that can access variable data are not limited to these. Now that we have an understanding of variables, let's try it ourselves. Please extend the unmanned restaurant service flow from the basic course, using the variable feature to make the robot remember the customer's order. Let's watch a demonstration video first.
Please enter the meal you would like to order. Got it. Please wait a moment. I will prepare apple for you.
In the video, after the customer enters their desired meal, the robot saves the order data as a variable and uses it in the next module to announce the customer's order. Next, we will operate on the website based on this service flow. First, create variables, then add variables in the module. Access the variable content in the dialog. Upload the variable results, and finally, view the variable data. In the flow design structure, we will add variables in the Forms module to record the order content. Then, use the Behaviors module to announce the customer's order. And finally, use the Data Upload module to return the data. It is recommended to press the pause button first and try it yourself, and then refer to the following example video after completion. Continuing the service workflow created in the basic course. First, click on the Variable tab in the left sidebar and click Add in the upper right corner. Enter the variable name, noting that it can only contain uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and underscores. Next, select the data type. The number is primarily for numerical calculations, and the string is mainly for recording text. Then, choose the data source, which can be either local or from another server. Finally, set the initial value and tags to complete the first step. Next, go to the project settings, click on the advanced settings, and find the variable storage location. You can choose the newest server or another server. Once selected, it can still be changed later, but previously accumulated data might be cleared. If you choose another server, you need to fill in the corresponding server information. After setting, remember to click Save. Next, Return to the service flow. Click on the Order module, and then click on the Configure of the variables. Select the specified timing for adding variable and insert module variable that you want. In the Execution Operation area on the right, enter double braces to declare the variable and choose the module's default data for assignment or computation. Then, add a behaviors module to allow the robot to announce the customer's order. Use double braces in the input box to access the variable just set. Finally, add a data upload module. Edit the module name, confirm the upload location, and select the variables to be uploaded. You can also set the schedule upload for the variables. After completing, click the Save item. In the future, when you want to view variable data, click on the Variable Data Central in the left sidebar to view all variable data records in the service flow. Congratulations on learning the advanced of Roflow. For more tutorials, please scan the QR code to continue learning at the NUA support.